We're here. Here we are.
Okay.
Yes. We're here. Go, kid, go.
So welcome to our first official Daggerheart stream. I put my hand up reluctantly to give our forever DM a little bit of a break since we kind of broke him a couple of weeks ago by getting ourselves killed, even though Erg claims most of the credit for that one. So we will be running the quick start adventure. So spoilers, if you haven't played Sablewood Messengers and you would like to at some point and you don't want to get spoiled, I'll let you know just as we're about to start. But Critical Role have put out some really good videos. Get your sheet together, which I highly recommend. It's about 7-8 minutes of your time just to get like really high level overview of what Daggerheart is. But for the benefit of my players and the ones who aren't online yet that might watch it later, just going through the same sort of categories that Matt talks about in the Get Your Sheet Together video. In Daggerheart is a 2d12 system. So in D&D you roll a d20 and that drives most of your activity. For Daggerheart you roll 2d12s, usually one of different colours, so you can decide which dice represents hope and which dice represents fear. When you roll, you add them total together, and depending on which of the hope or fear dice is higher, decides you the flavour of the roll. So if you roll with hope, you as a player will gain a hope, which is a currency or a resource that you can spend later to power abilities or help friends. If you roll with fear, then I as the DM get a fear point or a currency that I can spend later to help influence the story. And Daggerheart, a critical success is when you roll the same number on both dice instead of like the natural 20 in D&D. When you roll a critical success, you gain a hope and you clear a stress. So stress we'll talk about later is another currency or mechanic within Daggerheart. So there's a concept of hope versus fear. So hope can be spent on abilities. You can spend it to give advantage to one of your friends on one of their rolls. And Daggerheart advantage is you add a 1d6. And so the person who is giving the advantage or spending the hope typically rolls the dice and lets the person who's making it the action roll add it to their total. And you can also spend a hope to apply an experience that you've set up for your character to add like a +2 or more bonus to the roll that you're trying to make. One of the other big things that you can do with your hope is once per session, each player can spend 3 hope to initiate a tag team roll, and essentially that's where 2 players come together and basically roll the attack at advantage. You both roll and choose which dice you take, and then you both roll your damage and you add them together for a big burst of damage at a time. Fear is the resource that the DM can use to influence the narrative, grab the spotlight, activate adversaries and their abilities and spells, and spotlight and adversaries are terminology that you hear more about in Daggerheart. There's a concept of evasion. So your evasion score is essentially your armor class in D&D, and it's decided mostly by what class you are. But you can get abilities and cards, and through level ups you can choose to boost that score. Similar to with D&D, you make a attack roll of some sort, and you compare it to either the character's evasion class or the enemy's evasion to decide if you hit or not. And if you hit, you roll the dice depending on your ability or the spell. And instead of taking that much damage from your character, in Daggerheart, characters typically have between 4 and 8 hit points. So the total that gets rolled on the damage dice gets compared to your damage thresholds, and it's typically 2 numbers. So for example, your minor threshold might be 7, your major might be 14. And if somebody rolls a number that's say between 7 and 14, make it 10, then you're basically taking 2 hit points. So any amount of damage below your minor threshold is 1 hit point of damage. Any one between your minor and your major is 2, and any damage over your major threshold is called severe, or you take 3 points of damage. That's also where armor comes in. So the armor that you wear gives you the ability to absorb some of the damage that you're taking on a hit. So you can spend one of your armor slots to reduce the damage that you take by a threshold. So say if you get in, you got hit by a large attack that would normally cause you to take 3 hit points of damage, you can spend an armor slot to reduce that down to 2. And you can only use 1 armor slot per hit, unless you've got a class feature that lets you do otherwise. The amount of armor that you get depends on the type of armor that you wear. As you can imagine, full suit of plate typically has more armor slots to spend, but because it's heavy, it influences, it affects your ability scores and your traits, and might make you slow or easier to hit. Daggerheart primarily focuses on the fiction. It's mostly story-based, so things can be loosey-goosey or airy-fairy. One of those concepts is range. So in D&D, we're really familiar with the concept of 5-foot squares. In Daggerheart, they're kind of concepts. So there's a concept of melee, which everybody knows, you can reach out and touch them. There's a concept of very close, which if we translate into D&D terms, that's kind of within 10 to 15 feet. Anything within close range is within 30 feet of you. Anything within far range is within 60 feet. And anything that is very far away from you is 60 plus feet. And we'll get to all of that kind of as we play. One of the other mechanics that is talked about is the concept of stress. So we all know we've got hit points, which represents kind of our body's ability to take damage. There's a mechanic called stress in this game, which is more about your kind of mental and mental health and well-being, that sort of thing. Some of the spells and abilities that our players and their enemies have can cost stress. When you're rolling with fear, the GM can often cause you to take stress as a consequence of the roll that you made. Something for the players to remember is when you've marked off all of your stress, you are considered vulnerable, and vulnerable just means that any action rolls against you are at advantage. And if you are at full stress and you take any more stress and you incur any more stress, you start to take hit points with the damage to represent your mind's inability to absorb any more stress. Downtime, slightly different. So you get an opportunity to swap your domain cards out, essentially prepare your spells like you would do as a long rest for a lot of classes. And you can choose during a short or a long rest, you can choose to do any 2 of the following activities. One would be, essentially to heal yourself, clear your stress, repair your armor, or kind of prepare and gain some hope. The difference between a short and long rest is, for a short rest you'd roll a d4 and you add 1, and that's how many hit points, stress, or armor slots that you're fixing. And on a long rest you get to do all of them. Probably the last one, and I think the one that confuses our DM the most, is not having initiative in combat. And so what that basically means is what we call the spotlight, or initiative, goes back and forth between the players and the DM. And as long as the players roll with hope and succeed, basically the play stays on their side until they roll a fear or they fail, and then the DM can take an action before it goes back to them. So it's a lot of back and forth, and it kind of requires the players to kind of have a sense, be familiar with the character sheets, but also be mindful of the quiet members of the party. So yeah, not necessarily a challenge for us, but since we've been playing together for a year and a half now, and then yeah, it's probably easier if we kind of play through it, and then just don't forget the tag team kind of actions. And I think that's like a super high level, probably longer than to get your sheet together, recap of Daggerheart. If you are planning on playing through the Sablewood Messengers, might want to drop out now because we're about to start the stream. Checking in with the players. Anybody have any questions?
So many questions, but you know, it doesn't matter.
It's okay. We have all the questions for you once campaign 2 starts up.
I'm so excited.
Okay. So I'm going to be pretty much running through the module. Probably to preface things. So Marlo Fairwind is the right-hand sorcerer of King Emrys, and he's gathered her most trusted allies to carry an important package to Hush, a small village in the ancient forest of Sablewood. The crate is large, it's heavy and sealed with magic, and it's addressed to the White Fire Arcanist. You've been given a map and a carriage and a promise of reward upon your arrival. This evening, your party finally made it to the Sablewood, a sprawling forest of colossal trees that some say are even older than the Forgotten Gods. It's a place renowned for 2 things. Its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many travelling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from within your carriage you can hear strange sounds, the low calls of the lark moths, the croak of the lemur toads, and the skittering of a family of fox bats in the underbrush. One of you is driving the carriage. Who is it?
Let me consult my confusing character sheet. I don't know what I can do. Fuck it. I'll drive it.
Okay.
Okay,
So it might, maybe we just pause real quick to do a quick intro of the characters as we see a carriage just meandering its way through the Sablewood with Pip holding the reins, and you've got Zach and Bird sitting in the carriage. Imagine I'm a foxbat looking through the brush. What do I see when I look up and see Pip?
I don't know, because my race and how Pip should look are completely different.
Run with the image in your mind.
Oh, okay. So Pip is a mouse folk, basically. That's what Pip should be, but that race doesn't exist, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, Pip is a mouse folk, probably stands just over 4.5 feet. No, probably closer to 4 feet. Pretty small, geared up for, I'd say, like one of his first adventures. He's just right ready to go. Has a small, or has a spell book, I guess. I don't know, do we use spell books? There's a thing with him. He casts spells through it. I don't actually think I chose a spell book. I didn't think about this too much. What color is his fur? We'll say his fur is like a very, very light brown mixed with creams as well, and he's got a small little red nose and blue eyes.
Very mousy.
And he's awesome.
Does he have the things that we're following
was a spell, I think.
Okay. Okay. And kind of as the carriage carries on and it pans through, might be lematoes just sitting on a branch. Peering into the window, they see Zach and Ur. Who do they see first, and what do they see?
Oh,
Probably because is technically larger with his wings. So is a bird folk. Probably looks mostly like a humanoid eagle. Very dark black with white highlighted feathers. Dressed mostly in leathers and wandering gear. With a large longbow between his legs that he's resting on, as sitting down with a longbow across your back is very difficult. But yeah, it just seems very pensive to be here, very quiet, and is constantly looking around the carriage for what might attack us next. And also internally wondering why the hell anyone would have trusted us with this.
And speaking of things that might attack you,
next there will be Zach. I just go with Daggerheart instead of D&D, so halfling, dark skinned, dark hair, wearing dark leathers, just a little dark, but lightly singing a tune with his feet off the side of the cart, whistling, throwing some pebbles out, not really caring what's happening because he knows that Ur's got it sorted, or Pip can sort it out, and just living the dream.
nice.
No weapons to be seen.
So it might surprise you as you've kind of just chucking pebbles off the side that one comes back your way, just pinging off the seat next to you. But as your steeds kind of continue and pull the carriage around a tight corner, kind of one of the wheels comes off the ground just for a moment, and you see an overturned merchant's cart lying sideways in the path before you, and it's blocking your way. There's a scattering of fruit and vegetables all over the trail, and from around the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf. It's a large creature with the body of a wolf and the face of an owl, and large wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of the dead merchant as it stares at you, curious, trying to judge whether you are friend or foe. And then you see, following clumsily behind, two small pups watching their mother cautiously. From within, Zach, you feel the carriage come to a stop. What would you like to do?
I guess Zach would call out to Pip. Hey, it's everything all right? What's happening? Jerry, what?
We're all gonna die.
Well, that's
Awesome.
encouraging.
That's
actually,
exactly what it looks like.
Yes.
We're
That
all gonna
is-
die.
Yeah. Zach's just like, yep, I agree with that statement. What the?
Continue staring at you, slightly defensive. As you
Start.
realize what's accompanying it.
Baby.
I was gonna take a quick look in our packs and see how many rations we have left. For the journey.
Does anyone choose to approach, or maybe?
No, we're all gonna die.
Zach will pick up a stick, and you know the scene from Jurassic Park with the spitty dinosaur. Go, here boy, and start trying to wave it to see if it follows the stick.
Okay. So let's make the first roll of the one shot. So go ahead and give me a presence roll.
Okay.
Don't forget. Sorry. Start of the session, you guys would have started with 2 hope, plus another one from Zach, I think, being a halfling.
Yeah.
So if you have any experiences that kind of make sense in this moment, you can spend a hope to add a +2 to your roll. Otherwise, let me know what you got.
I remember we worked out how to do different. I'm just gonna do it here because it's a presence roll, right?
Yep.
My experience, everyone's best friend. I don't think that applies to.
It's up to you. You've got hope to spend. I think it can suit the situation.
Okay, yeah, no, screw it. I will spend a hope because might as well use it. And then I can. I think that rolls it as well. I got 7. I got 13 with hope plus the 2, 15 with hope.
Nice. So for some reason, it sees you swinging a stick, not aggressively, and so it kind of puts its head down and doesn't react. Don't forget to take your hope.
No, I got that.
But it's carefully just shepherding its pups, just to keep them behind her.
And like, do we see the merchant she's munching on, or is it just part of the merchant she's got in her mouth? Right there.
You can kind of see in between her legs the merchant lying on the ground, missing a hand, probably because it's you would have just seen it going down the Strix Wolf's mouth.
Well, guys, I think we're kind of stuck. I don't know what that is, but that looks like trouble. What do you reckon?
I reckon we're all gonna die.
Pip, one day you're gonna realize we're all gonna die. So you might as well just not talk about it.
I honestly don't remember what I can do. Is the merchant still alive? Or is he clearly, like, mangled so badly that it's, like, obvious he's dead?
So Pip's been staring frozen at the large creature in front of him, and you're pretty sure you've not seen any movement from the body that lies a couple of feet behind him. If you guys don't approach, it keeps itself between you and the pups, and it turns and continues to eat the merchant.
So, do we want to be food, make food, or go around? Is there a path we can get the carriage around the creature, or is it blocking like the entirety of the road?
Why don't you give me an instinct roll?
Uh, 12 with fear.
Okay. From what you can tell, just looking at everything around, probably not.
Did we have a time limit on dropping off this crate, or was it just we had to get it there?
So your mission was of utmost importance, top secret, which is why Marlo didn't accompany you herself. And with that roll with fear, you swear you hear something snapping. A twig.
Do I know which direction it took, or just in our surroundings somewhere?
You would have probably heard it coming from your left.
Hmm.
Looks like we might have more company than just these creatures, guys. Pip, put on your man pants.
I will reach into my pocket of my amazing hoodie and pull out a small lightning elemental. I know I've got it, I just can't find it in my character sheet. It's like the familiar thing that I had.
Just checking with Zerg, did you manage to get your stats back?
No, I can't
Okay.
quite see them on, but I'll work around it.
What if I do it? Did that do anything? Oh, actually, what I should be doing is... Yeah, I think it refreshed, so it removed
Here we
all
go.
the...
Got them now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just remind me if that happens.
I found it. It's in my equipment. Tiny, harmless elemental pet. And it was the ball of lightning that I was throwing around in the goblin cave.
Right.
So I pulled that out of my pocket and I just go, I'm ready. It's... What are we attacking?
As Pip is scanning the space, why don't you give me an instinct roll? The number you're chasing is 14.
I don't remember how to do this.
So your instincts will be up in your sets, so it'll tell you whether you get -1, +1, 0, or +2.
And if anybody wants to spend a hope
Oh.
to help on the roll,
The name of the ability is above the number. I'm reading underneath the number.
oh yeah.
So that's a 14 with hope? Actually,
Okay.
15 with hope.
So don't forget to mark the hope. Also, what's your special number? As a wizard, you get to choose one, and if you roll that on either of your dice, you can
Oh,
get a hope
man,
or clear stress.
You are asking the hard questions. It's 3.
Okay, so it's an easy way for you as a wizard to build up hope, because I think you've got a couple of big spenders. But with a 15, you definitely hear the sounds of a branch snapping, and you turn to the left as was pointing in that way, and you see 4 creatures sneaking through the underbrush, trying to get a jump on you guys. The overturned cart was a distraction, but their plan did not work. We
Kind of
are now
creatures. Are they like humanoid or?
definitely humanoid, small, not quite as small as you. Goblin, maybe.
Oh.
Okay.
So
It's
you
a
guys have
frog.
caught. It is a frog. You guys have caught them before they were able to act. What would you like to do?
Knock them up.
To be honest, I'll probably yelp out in surprise and throw something at them.
Okay. Is there a particular something in mind? Reaction via your great staff its way, or are you
I'll
ready to throw an arcane barrage?
no, not that ready. I'll probably just be playing with, or not playing, but just have the lightning elemental floating in my hand, and just sort of go and just like kind of throw it forward, have it turn into a bolt beacon, and
Okay.
fire off at one of them, the closest one that I can see. Probably, Jesus, this one down here. The one directly south.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't know how Albia thingy works, so I can't ping it. But
Yeah, the right click is good.
laser pointer. Okay, yes, I'll fire it off at that one.
Okay, your bolt beacon.
I don't remember how this
Make,
works.
make a spellcasting roll, and I'll let you know if it hits. And if it hits, you. Oh yeah, so your spellcasting trait is knowledge, right?
Yes, I
So essentially
believe
rolling.
so.
So you can roll your duality and then add a +2 because that's your bonus for your knowledge.
That's a 20 with fear.
Okay, so the 20 does hit. I will take a fear. Thank you. With a successful roll, you can spend a hope to fire the bolt. So you've made the attack roll. Now you spend the resource if you've got it.
Which I do. Yep.
Cool. And so you're rolling a d8 +2.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Woo! Oh, 3.
Okay. So what does your bolt beacon look as it streaks into the underbrush?
I literally would have just thrown my elemental pet, and it would have
Okay.
just grown a bit bigger, and just streaked across the ground. Like, I would say it doesn't fly, but it sort of just drops to the ground and then just zooms along the ground as quickly as it can.
Okay, nice.
Maybe hovers like an inch off the ground.
So I'm just going to mark it with this because I don't have because your bolt beacon marks them as vulnerable, right?
It does, yes.
Yep.
And glows brightly until the condition is cleared.
Okay. So you definitely, Ura and Zach can see the glow, and it's kind of revealing this creature a little bit more. Because you rolled with fear, I will take an action, and so as you are focused kind of down this way, this guy. So as part of your move, you can essentially, in D&D how you can break up your movement to go some movement, action, then the rest of your movement. In Daggerheart, you need to use all your movement at the same time. So you either move, action, or action then move. And so this guy comes in and takes a swing at you, Zach.
Oh, fuck.
Guess a 20 hits you for 12 points of damage.
I'm going to spend armor to reduce it down to major.
Yeah, so with your thresholds, if it meets, it beats. So that 12 met your major, so it would have been 3. You marked it down to 2. And then I am going to spend the fear that I got from Draco to have another guy rush forward and make a swing at because they can't get it at Pip just yet. So that's a natural 20. Okay.
Good.
Am I about to die?
No, this was against me.
Oh,
In Daggerheart, crits are perfect crits. So that is a 15 total damage against you.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm burning an armor slot to reduce that to major damage.
Nice. And then play comes back to you guys. So whoever wants to go can go.
Cool. Unless someone else wants to go, Zach will be like, fuck, getting hit really fucking hard and seeing Ur get hit really hard, go, this is going to be a hassle. And I will basically look at the group and then just jump up and cast Rain of Blade. So spend a hope to make a spellcast roll. Spellcast roll is that. Roll. That's a 17 with fear.
Okay. Very close, so that'll get both these guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well. And they take that. Which is 9 damage to both of them.
Okay, that's a pretty decent. That's a pretty chunky hit for both. They're both reeling. As play comes back to me, the creature that was baned runs forward, and he probably spends his action to get that far into range. Oh no, he makes it. Seeing that you've laid down a World of Hurt on his friends, he's coming for you, dear Zach.
Fair enough.
Does a 7 hit?
Nope.
Okay, that's and that is my turn.
Cool. I was going to reel back slightly from this hit.
Oh, actually, can I just?
Go for it.
So I'll recon that as the Strix kind of gathers its babies on its back and takes off. Now it's your turn.
Cool. I'm going to reel back slightly from the hit, and almost point blank range, pull an arrow back and try and slam it into the one who hit me. So
Okay.
I'll make an attack with a longbow. 12 with hope.
That just misses.
Cool.
Sorry, which one was it?
The pink-ish
Okay.
one? Yeah, sorry.
So if it might have changed anything, I think Pip's bolt beacon made this one vulnerable, which means that attacks against it have advantage, which would have added a d6.
Oh, okay.
If that would have changed your targeting.
Yeah, probably, actually. The error is pretty opportunistic.
Actually, the premise that as well, if it was vulnerable, it would have taken extra damage as well from
This
me.
one-
So
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one
the
just
one-
ran in afterwards, though.
afterwards, okay,
Yep.
sorry.
So just roll a 6 to add 5
Okay,
to that.
so
So
that's definitely a hit.
17, cool.
That was with hope, so take your hope as well before you forget.
Yep. Yeah, I'm then going to immediately burn 3 hope.
Alright.
To do my hold 'em off ability to
Cool.
extend that attack roll against 2 additional ones, which will be the 2 also right up next to us.
And they just have to be in range, full stop, right? Not just close
Yep.
to the one that you just hit. Nice.
Yep. Just have to be in the range. Cool. So then it's damage, which is 1d8 plus 3. So 7 damage.
Okay. So talk to us about what this attack looks like, and then also how they all fall over dead.
Ah, cool. So sort of uses the reel back to get enough distance between him and the one who attacked him to do a quick pullback on the bow to shoot the one in the middle. Seeing that arrow flying straight for their throat, he pivots slightly, releases another one at the one up the top here, and the blue one, going for the heart area on them, and then turns to the one that had attacked him and almost like places the bow against this one's chest, notches an arrow, pulls back, and just like, let's go.
Nice. Clean hit. Clean kills.
Awesome. I'll then fly up to the ledge up here.
Okay. So you were rolling with hope and you succeeded. Play still with you guys. What you guys do see is this larger creature here, seeing how quickly you dispatched that group, and he's looking around. Fuck. I don't want any part of this. And he looks to, like he's turning. But play is still with you guys.
Was it? Is it Death Whistle?
Far away is he?
7,
What?
so he's between close and far. But you can move to get within close range if you need to. You just need to move.
I need to get
5 feet.
into very close range.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can move 6 as part of your turn, which would get you very close.
Wait. With my tiny little lightning bolt in hand, because it came back to me, because I'm amazing. I'm just gonna clutch it and sprint directly at him, and then hopefully going to cast Slumber.
Okay.
So I need to make a spell casting roll.
Okay. The number you are after is a 14.
Wow, I got a 13. With hope.
Okay. Any experience that, if we kind of were to retroactively take a look, there's either an experience or friends could have helped.
I don't think I've got an experience that could help with that.
Okay.
Run, Forrest, run. Motivating him.
Sorry, was that with hope or with fear?
That was with hope.
Okay. So take your hope. You still got it, and play stays with you guys.
I'll take a shot at him as he turns.
Okay.
Help.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a 17 with fear.
Okay. That still hits.
And does 10 damage.
Okay. That's a big hit. He's still looking to run. I'll take that fear. You know what? Pip chose violence. So he is going to spend a fear to kind of take a big arcing swing towards you, Pip.
Yeah, he's
As
gonna fuck
he-
me up.
As he casts back off. And so there's a 13 hit.
I don't know. What am I looking at here?
So
Evasion.
you're looking for your evasion score.
No, then yeah, 13 definitely hit.
Okay. And so basically that connects and you take 11 points of damage. So 11 fits between your...
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 2 hit points for you. And you get knocked back pretty much into the dead creatures that you ran over.
Oh,
And he continues to run.
how do I mark damage in Albia?
So just click the little red health ball up on the GM's Daggerheart thing, and you should be able to edit that amount, or just right click on it and it goes down by 1.
Oh.
You don't have to if you're okay tracking it here, then that makes sense because you can see it on the screen. But if you don't want to have to deal with that, then I can turn off the the little icons for you.
That's right. I got it. I found it. I figured it out. I think.
Cool. So this guy's definitely making a beeline. Play comes back to you. What do you want to do?
Zach will take off after him unless Ur wants to get a shot him first.
I'll take a shot after you go after you take off after him.
So Zach will hunk down, get those little one-armed halfling, not a rabbit, so don't fucking worry. Believing I'm a rabbit will look like I'm about to pounce, and then fucking yoink! And the smallest motherfucker you've ever seen just zooms after.
Nice. Do you have the movement to make it?
I actually don't. I think I may have to do agility, right?
So you get to about here with your normal movement. If you want to go, if you want to effectively dash in D&D, you can still do it, but you need to make an agility roll. Looking at the terrain, by the time you get to here, I would say the DC for your agility roll would be like a 10.
Yeah, I'll fucking do that.
Cool.
Agility. Oh, that's a 6 with hope.
Okay.
It was here, right?
Yeah. So by the time you get there, you trip on one of the routes over here. You don't necessarily fall or anything, but you kind of stumble, and by the time you look up, is shooting. Don't forget to take the hope that you rolled with.
Already did. Yeah.
That would be a 5 with hope.
Okay, so that kind of misses as you chuckle, watching Zach, who's already pretty close to the ground, kind of take a short stumble forward.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the laughter overcame me for a second there.
100%. And so while you're watching your friends failing and chasing after the guy who knocked you back into a pile of blood and guts there, Pip, did you want to do anything before it goes back to Zach?
Yeah, I'll throw my little lightning ball at it again,
Nice.
and I'll say, "Get him, Thimbolt." Yeah. Get him, Thimbolt, and I'll cast Bolt Beacon again.
Okay.
I've forgotten how to do this already. Spellcasting roll.
Yep. So again, experiences, and if your friends have a bunch of hope that they want to spend to give you a D6.
It's 21 with
Nice.
hope.
Okay. So gain that hope. You're probably spending that same hope to make your roll.
Yeah. I'll spend that
Okay.
hope to make my D8 roll. That is an 8 plus 2, so 10.
Okay. As he's running, and you send your bolt beacon its way, it's glowing. You know it's going to make him glow and help your friends kind of chase him down. But what you probably didn't realize, as far as away as you are, he was already pretty hurt. So you hit him, and he's running away from you, and the light kind of glows a little bit, and then kind of goes into, and you hear a pop as he trips and falls to the ground, similar to the way that Zach did. He is gone.
Oh no! I killed him!
Good job, Pip. Now you gotta do it more often. We'll get you there.
Okay, so you listen, just in case there was anything else, and you hear the hooting of the Strix Wolf. Is probably sitting perched on one of the branches on this tree here. patiently waiting for you to leave so it can finish its dinner. But you know that you need to clear this because you guys are going right to left, and you need to get to Hush as soon as possible. Is there any special way that you want to clear the rubble and get on with it?
What Zach would probably do, hearing that the creature's still nearby, will be like, walk over to the body and be like, "Sorry, mate." Throw him over my shoulder and carry him all the way over here and put him on this ledge out of the way
Okay.
while
Okay.
searching his body for any value.
I see. You're gonna loot him before you feed him to the
Yeah,
the
I mean,
enemies.
he's dead. He's just food at this point.
Yeah, I suppose
He
he's
has
not
no
gonna need
use
it.
for his valuables.
Okay. You will find that his body has been picked relatively clean. As you approach, you realize that his neck was slit. So he died not because of the Strix wolf, but because of the creatures that tried to set up an ambush for you.
Oh, that's right. We got the bodies. And I'll call to the others and be like, "Hey, let's bring the food over here to keep that scary looking motherfucker fed, and loot the bodies. Pep, it's just blood. You'll be fine."
I can. No, I'll move some of this stuff, and I'm really super weak, so I'll use
Oh.
prestidigitation to start floating small things out the way so that we can get the cart through.
None of it.
Will do a quick search of the cart as well to see if there's anything in particular available in there while calling out to Zach. Like, that one seemed to be the leader. Just make sure to search him extra hard.
Cool. I think in and amongst the cart, plus picking the body of the remaining creatures, you probably find amongst them, let's say, about 5 handfuls of gold. And we'll say a handful is about 10 gold each.
Cool. So who like? So Zach will be grabbing this guy. The little bitch who ran away. Would that 5 gold be spread evenly, or would more be on this guy?
I think between all the bodies, plus, thoroughly going through the cart as you're kind of slowly trying to clear it out, I think in total you would have gotten about 50 gold.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So all it takes is time. You have the pups kind of, as you spend more time in the space and proving not to be aggressive, the pups kind of start to play under the watchful eye of their mother as you start to move everything, and you slowly get back into your carriage to resume your journey. As you're heading back, as you continue heading towards Hush, what's some of the conversation that happens in the carriage?
Zach will be be saying to her, "Good shot, buddy. I nearly had them, but good shot."
Oh, do try. I mean, Pep, well done finishing that last guy off.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Blood, don't like it.
As you continue your journey.
Sorry, can I say I carved off a small piece of like leather from one of their armors or something, and I'll spend most of the journey using a little bit of my rope to make like a little bracelet, essentially.
Sure. You'll also find that their armor is it's interesting. They've managed to find pebbles that are thin and smooth enough that they can link them together like scales. And you found that maybe one or two of them are the perfect weight and size to help you kind of sharpen, your arrows as you're traveling. Okay, unsubscribe.
I tie Pip to a piece of rope and drag him behind the cart.
Okay. Guys,
Naughty!
definitely choosing violence.
Naughty! Don't do that!
And as you continue the journey towards Hush, the large crate it starts to hum a little bit as you wander through this magical space. The path continues to lead you through the forest until you spot a large stone pillar carved top to bottom in ancient dwarven symbols. This denotes one corner of the peaceful village of Hush. When you pass beyond the stone marker, you feel a weird sensation like the pop of a bubble, similar to how your ears pop as you gain altitude on a plane. And then suddenly the sounds of friendly chatter become louder and louder. Through the trees of the Sablewood are unchanged here as they have been on your journey, but there's a distinctive, safe and comforting air. There's a few smiling faces who turn to your carriage and wave to say hello as you ride towards the centre. There's lively music. Appears there's a festival going on, but you're drawn to a large tree and a tavern built around it in the centre of town. You know that you need to find the White Fire Arcanist to deliver the package from the king. What would you like to do?
Search for him.
Erd distractedly waves at everyone with his wing while he's busy scratching something into this leather with his arrow.
So we're going through town, yeah?
Yes.
Is the cart like conspicuous? Or is everyone like staring at us because we've got a giant cart with us?
So they're staring because they don't recognize you. It's a festival. They seem just very welcoming. You have heard that one of the traditions in the town of Hull is there's no inns or taverns. Visitors come and they are billeted to families, so they stay with hosts. So you are recognized and are welcomed. You don't know which of these families you would stay with if you were to stay the night, but you know that this is what you would expect from Hush.
Well,
As your cart continues towards town, large trees which have kind of buildings built into and around them. You see a little boy kind of shimmering down a tree trunk as very scruffy, and he looks up. Oh, hi, welcome to Hush. Here for the festival?
yes. I like festivals.
Okay. Well, the first moss is definitely a good one. First time in town?
I assume so.
Okay. Well, you'll have to check into the Clover Tavern. Have fun. Don't die.
There's a-
Wait, little boy. What do you mean, don't die?
I
Is
don't know.
that a threat?
It was a saying that I heard somewhere.
Sounds like that person
And-
died pretty fast after
And
hearing
whatever the
that.
fuck this is, I heard that too.
I mean,
I don't know
Oh,
what
I
the
love
fuck
it.
that is.
that's true. Whatever the fuck this is a travesty. I'll chuck a gold coin to the kid.
Oh, thanks, mister.
It's like a month's worth of wages for someone.
I'm here to fuck up the small town's economy, like big time. I'm just gonna fuck it all out of them.
Who are we looking for? Can I just ask the kid? who we're looking for? Because we're looking for someone, right?
Sure. You've been sent by the king to deliver a large crate
Yeah.
to Pip would probably recognize him, the Whitefire Arcanist. It's a title, so it's the
That's
resident sorcerer.
Okay, so I'll look at the kid and go, "Hey, you don't know where we could find the white fire arcanist, do you?"
Oh, I've heard the name before. I don't really know them, but if you probably check into the tavern, I'm pretty sure Lausa will be able to tell you.
Thanks.
And he points down towards the massive large tree. There are people kind of streaming in and out.
Let's go then.
Let's carry on. Tally ho.
As we move away from the kid, I'm just gonna be muttering under my breath, trying to give him that damn gold coin. Shit. Can't tell.
Definitely. Yeah. So you walk away, and he yells out, "Don't die! Don't die!" And he's
Have
he's
fun,
polishing
don't die.
the gold coin as you continue down towards the tavern. And as you approach, the Clover Tavern, which is well known by most adventurers in the Sablewood. It's a sight to behold. It's 6 curving stories climbing the trunk of an ancient tree. You can tell this is the heart of the community. It's always crowded with music and good-natured conversation. One thing that Pip probably knows, because he was given a lot of information about the town, is that newcomers to the bar must take their shoes off and hang them over a line which stretches within the bar, because inevitably, as hospitable as these people are, your shoes will be shined and filled with small trinkets. So as you enter,
Sounds like bullshit, eh? Like something you'd tell like an American coming here just to fuck with them.
So as you enter, you hear kind of the music levels kind of raises. People kind of see newcomers to the town. They raise their glasses and they cheer in your direction. There's a small gnome kind of playing the fiddle for the patrons. And there's a large kind of dwarven lady kind of running the bar.
As someone who frequents bars quite a lot, Zach will just roll up, hop onto a stool, slam down some gold, and be like, good to be in a tavern. When you're here, we got some delivery to do. You can help us, could you?
Depends on who you're after. I'm Lausa, by the way. Welcome to my tavern.
Thank bless. Some fancy sorcerer or some shit.
I've forgotten his name already. Whitefire Arcanist?
The Arcanist?
Yeah, I
the
guess
Arcanist. I'll pop out from behind whoever this guy is. Zach?
Oh, I don't think I'm strong enough to pick him up like that, but that would be him.
Yeah, I'll pop out from behind him. We're after the Arcanist.
And what sort of business have you got with the Arcanist? It's getting late in the day.
We are noble couriers.
Shh, we don't tell people that.
Oh, sorry.
We're just friends.
Official business then?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we have a rather urgent delivery for him.
For her?
How come he's allowed to tell him? Huh?
I give up. Yes, we're here with a delivery for her.
Okay. Well, her place is just down the road. Look for the big tree. You'll definitely know. How do I explain this? Clubhouse hanging from a branch. Did you want a drink or some food while you're here, or you want urgent business?
I mean, I could always go for a drink. Don't know.
Can we take a drink to go?
A drink to go.
Drink to go.
I can definitely serve that up for you. Don't forget your shoes.
Huh.
Wearing
Okay.
I feel
shoes?
their shoes.
Are we all just barefoot?
Well, I'm a halfling. I assume I'm barefoot. No, this one's got genders in the picture. Look at the feet.
Oh, nice. I haven't.
Oh, you've
even
actually got the
looked at it yet.
cards.
I need to get
Um,
sleeves. I don't trust myself.
That's
I
fair.
figured.
I can
Sippy
make-
covered blind tweets.
Look, I get that's what newcomers do, but I'm not new, and I've done it before. Also, I don't trust anyone around my shoes.
I would have
Definitely
taken
not
my
that
shoes
guy.
off.
I was pointing to Pip as he takes his shoes off.
Oh, I took them off when we came in the door.
Yeah,
I know,
you would
that's
have
why
been
I'm-
encouraged to take them off as you came in.
Yeah, I
Pointing at
listened
you.
to the little kid. Okay,
I don't listen to little shit.
my little
Look
mouse
down at
feet
the
are now
bird
pitter
claws he
pattering on the
has for
ground.
feet with no shoes. Sorry.
Okay, well, you get a drink to go. Those of you who took your shoes off, you find them to be polished, cleaned, waxed, whatever it is. Who hung their shoes up? Does that have a question? Okay. Put within your shoes, you find like little trinkets. There is also a familiar red vial. You know it to be a healing potion.
Oh, should have hung your fucking shoes up, losers.
But
If we're dead, you watch out.
Ouch.
But if you're ready to continue, you kind of exit, being farewelled fondly by the tavern and its patrons. And so you make your way down past.
As we step outside, hands Pip what he's been working on, and it's just a really crude rope bracelet with a small patch of leather on the top that has scratched in it man pants. There you go. So next time you can put your man pants on.
That's strangely cute. And a little condescending at the same time.
I want to arcane barrage him. I will take the pants.
They're not pants, it's a bracelet. It
Oh,
just says
bracelet,
man
sorry.
pants.
Sorry. Bracelet. I was half listening.
Nice. So you continue down past the Clover Tavern, which is in the center of town, and you're passing a whole lot of farms. And as you kind of wander past, you see some of them have a thin layer of glowing blue moss, and they start to pulse like a heartbeat would. Among the thriving groves, you notice that the trees in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all sides, the eyes peering in every direction. One tree, which is taller than the rest, bears the Arcanist's home. Very large branch, effectively what looks like a hanging acorn, hanging by a massive rope, which you would estimate is about the width of like a giant's arm. And it rests counterweighted by a huge boulder in the ground. Other than that, you see kind of soft glows coming from the windows of the building above. There's no obvious way to get up there. What would you like to do?
Is there like a door on the acorn?
See, is this what I want? It looks like that.
That's
As an Aarakocra or a fairy, you could probably check it out.
As an asshole, I really want to cut that rope. But I won't.
To be fair, the rope's probably almost as wide as Pip's head.
So it would take a while, but you know.
Fireball or two.
Yeah.
Um,
Herb is gonna flap his way up to the acorn and see if there's a door somewhere he can knock on.
Okay. It's very obvious that there are multiple doors. It's essentially a house that's hung by a rope. And as you peer in, you see kind of like a 7-foot tall fairy bug with a massive magic user's hat. Tinkering away, there's you see tables and tables of vials and alchemy sets and that sort of thing. How are you approaching?
I'm just gonna hover outside the door and knock. I don't particularly want to enter someone's magical home.
Okay.
Also,
There's-
I was going to compliment them on counterweighting it with a rock, and then I realized that they're not counterweighting it from the bottom, so this whole thing's just going to swing. So it's not really happy with it.
Okay, so you kind of knock on the door and you can hear somebody visibly kind of jumping. Oh! And a few seconds later, the door opens. Hello?
Hi, you're the Arcanist?
Depends on who's asking, but yeah.
Someone who's been tasked to bring you something?
Oh.
Of great urgence?
I won't be more specific.
I don't actually know if we know what the item
Can I
is.
hear this conversation?
Probably.
I will shout out from the ground then. And just say, hello, down here. We are three. I am Pip from the Great Library of. Insert library name here. The Lunar Academy.
Nice.
Here to deliver a package to the Arcanist. We have been sent by. The king? Was it? Yeah.
King Emerus.
We have been sent by King Emerus. The Almighty, the Great and Powerful.
Oh, yeah. I got a message about that. Just mind your wings, as she says to you there.
Flaps away as quickly as it can.
Yeah, because the hut starts to descend to the ground. And as it kind of settles, it kind of opens like a flower petal. And she invites all of you inside. Pip, you see kind of, shelves much taller than you would normally expect with books and lots of different things. She asks you to, oh, yeah, bring that in here. And you set down the box. She reads a note that's been sent to her and kind of casts a spell and it kind of separates the crate magically, plank from plank, and it kind of settles into a nice neat pile around it. And inside, you see a massive stone with a lion's face that's carved into it. Pip, you recognize this as one of the keystones from the capital city's gate. The Arcanist nods and says, okay, of course the king would keep this delivery a secret. If anybody knew that your city was no longer warded, you'd be conquered before sunrise. And with this ominous warning, she starts to kind of unfurl her treehouse again. It's getting late, but we must travel to the open vale. We need to recharge the ward. But such an effort of magic will attract some dangerous creatures from the darkest reaches of the Sablewood. I'm going to need your help.
pull out my little
Sure.
lightning elemental, put it on my shoulder, and go, we're ready, I think.
We getting paid more for this? We were only told to deliver it.
Always about money with you.
Someone has to. We won't go on that. Anyway, any rewards?
Well, I imagine, you know, the king or Marlowe will pay you very well. I mean, assuming everything goes well, there must be some coin in saving the city.
Yeah. Maybe just a drink. Okay. I'm in.
Okay. Let me arrange the carriage.
Are we leaving right away, or can we take a quick rest? We unfortunately had some a hiccup on the road. We're all a little bit battered.
Well, you might be able to get some rest on the way there. I don't think this can wait.
Okay.
Okay, so we will kind of park it there for 5 minutes, take a break. We're gonna smash through this in about an hour and a bit afterwards. So, yeah.
Oh, right,
Grab a
that's
drink.
me. I have to
Yeah,
put us on the
that's you.
break. Oh, that's me. Sorry. I was just
That's you, cat hands.
spaced out. Cat hands. Meow.
Wow, that sounds like the sound clip.
I know, it's really good, eh? All right. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. Oh, stop it. Sorry, bear with me as I play with myself. Oh my god, so many. You're going to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Go have a drink. Go pee. Go shower. Don't forget to wash your pits. We'll be back shortly.
Wow.
All right.
Welcome back. This fuckery.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck this is.
Well, you know, technically there's a wizard in a tower right beside us. Yeah?
Kill the wizard! Kill the witch! We
What's
found the
the
witch.
password?
May we burn her.
You guys have taken a bit of a beating, right?
Oh.
A little bit. I think we've each lost 2 HP.
Can
Okay.
Oh no, we were gonna rest. I don't know how resting works in this.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's literally the next thing. So you guys jump in the garage and head down. Follow the directions that she sends you to the open vale. And as you're following those directions, your carriage pulls into like a mysterious clearing. It's in the shape of a perfect circle. The only area of the Sablewood that you've seen without trees that block out the sky. Welcome to the open vale. So as the cart kind of slows down, the Arcanist gets busy kind of unpacking the cart. And she describes this place. This is a place of very strong magic. It's where I enchanted the wards in Hush. Almost died on that one, so maybe watch my back.
You got it.
I'll watch your back, your front, anything.
Down, boy.
Not like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need about an hour to prepare. Enjoy the night air while you can. We'll be very busy very soon. So, now we can kind of take a short rest, if you would like. On short rest, you get a chance to kind of swap out any cards that you would like, but at level 1. So the rule with your domain cards is you can only have 5 active at a time. At level 1, none of you have 5 cards, so you're gonna be running with all the cards that you've got. But depending on what you want to do, you get to choose 2 options out of kind of healing yourself. You can also heal someone else, clear some stress, repair your armor, or you can prepare. And prepare is basically giving yourself a hope. If you prepare with somebody else, you both get 2 hope. So depending on what you guys need to do, normally what we'll do is we'll kind of go around the table just to say what are the actions that you're taking. If someone needs some help, kind of call out now. Zach might not need to clear too much. He might have an open spot that he can use to repair his armor or heal Pip, for example.
And we also need someone to keep a lookout, right?
The Arcanist tells you that things are only going to get spicy once she starts. So things are quite quiet. You can see the space all around you.
Mm-hmm.
Things are calm for now, so you don't need to spend an action to keep watch.
Okay. I don't really
So we'll start with Zach.
I'd just probably heal some health. I'm pretty good hope-wise. It was was it 1 or 2 actions?
You get 2. You can do the same one twice if you really needed to, but each time you take the action, you roll a d4 and you add +1, and that's how many you regain or clear.
Okay, so if I wanted to heal patch up some wounds, I will roll a 1d4. Because I got 2, should I just not even worry about rolling the 1d4? If it's 1 + 1.
True.
And then I will... Actually, yeah, I'll prepare... Probably by myself for the time being. I don't think
Is anyone else planning on preparing?
I don't really know what I would prepare. I don't know how that works. Sorry.
Preparing
it's
just gives
essentially
you hope.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So, like, maybe reading your spell book or
I don't think I've got a spell book.
talking to yourself in the mirror saying, I got this. I can do it.
I'm a badass mother who don't take no shit from nobody.
Exactly.
And now you have man-manners.
Man pants.
Man pants.
I will.
Pants.
I will also prepare. Actually, I will also heal. But I will prepare basically by studying my elemental.
Okay.
Prepare by mimicking Pip behind his back where you can't see me.
Okay. So both of you can take prepare by taking 2 hope.
Yeah, see? It's worth it. Worth it, Benedict. I love this game.
I'm going to tend wounds and repair my armor.
Okay. Do you need to roll for either of them? Okay.
I have 2 or less on both.
I'm stacked on hope now.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Oh no, I am concerned.
As the hour passes and you guys look like you are starting to get a little bit restless as the moon starts to arc to its apex in the night, it's still very quiet here. The Arcanist approaches you, Pip. You guys about ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Okay, so in the center of the clearing, if I'm going to show you this, can't remember what's visible and what's not.
Mhm.
Okay. So you've got the carriage and the crate there, and then you can see the Arcanist preparing.
To give us ownership of our tokens again.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore that roll.
I think you guys have all
Yep.
got control if you need it.
Yep.
Don't need to see that. I don't know if the notes on the right-hand side are helpful at all, but I thought I put them there anyway. Okay.
Oh,
Well, the
wow.
night's getting
Okay.
too dark. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
And under hushed tones, she starts to channel. You immediately understand that she's starting the ritual. The moss and the grass around you starts to glow, and suddenly the stillness that you've experienced while you've been here starts to shift as winds start to flow in different directions, all at the same time. Even the moon looking up starts to glow a little bit. And as the Arcanist continues chanting, and then she lets out a shrill cry. The keystone is finally responding. Quickly, surround me. The ritual must begin, or I'll lose the pathway. Hurry! And her wings and her body starts to glow brighter and brighter as her eyes roll back into her head, and the carriage starts to lift slowly from the ground, just a couple of feet. But you know, shit's about to go down. The ground around you starts to shift as you start to feel and see creatures emerging, responding to the magic that's been channeled into this place.
Okay. Seeing this happen, Zach will turn to the others and be like, "Okay, let's do this." And what? Zach will probably put himself. Yeah.
Probably go to the far side of the Alchemist.
Jesus. I'm gonna run and slide under the cart. Because I have a death wish.
A douche. Splat.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't splat on top of me. That's squishy.
Okay. Cool. So essentially the ritual has kicked off a countdown. So hopefully you see the box in the top right hand corner.
Hey?
So as stuff happens, the ritual will count up or down. You've had a bunch of time to prepare. You see scrambling out from the ground, kind of decayed warriors, clad in lots of different rusted, mismatched armor. You can see the gaps, between the plating. Some of the bones are brittle. Tattered cloth hangs from their waist, and each of them carries a weapon of some sort as they start to look towards you. But play starts with you guys. How would you like to start?
I'm crying.
I would like to take a shot at the blue skeleton.
Okay.
10 with fear.
Okay, so that's a miss. I will take that fear. As it, in reaction, starts to shamble in your direction. I think it can make the full distance as it runs forward, and halfway through it starts to swing a sword in your direction. That is a natural 20 for 13 points of damage.
Take the major damage.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend a fear to activate this guy down here, and he is going to do the same move, rushing towards Zach as he runs for the crate on the cart. Does a 12 hit you?
No, it misses.
Okay, big swing and a miss, and it's your turn.
I guess as it goes to miss me, I will. What would I do? Zach would drop. So yeah, it would attack. Zach would drop, and then just slash up with a dagger. So that's attack with the dagger. I don't really care. That's 19 with fear.
Okay, it definitely hits.
Cool. That does 8 damage.
Nice. That one takes it out cleanly as it shatters and collapses to the ground. This one here is going to run forward unimpeded and take a swing at the Arcanist. Okay, so that definitely hits. It interrupts her channel a little bit and affects the ritual. Pip, over to you.
This is really fucking scary.
It's under the cart going, fuck.
Okay. Would you say that the 3 around the cart are within close range?
I think this one might be a little bit too far out, but I think that one and that one are definitely within close range. Sorry, what was the range?
Close. I don't know
Close.
what
Okay,
close
yeah,
is.
close is 30 feet.
Okay, so all 3
30
are
feet
in
or
range
6
then?
squares. Yep. So that's 4,
Wait.
2, and 3. Yep.
Okay. From my hiding place underneath the cart, I'm gonna go, shit, and I'll throw, what do they call it? Something. What do they call it? Thimbolt. Yeah, I'll go, shit, and I'll throw Thimbolt out and go, get him, buddy. And he'll split into 3, and I'll arcane barrage 1 on each of them.
All right. That's no action roll, right? It just does it.
2, 3. I have to spend 3, and then roll a number of d6s equal to the hope spent and deal that much damage. Oh, hang on. No, it's a target, not multiple targets. That changes things.
Okay.
I thought it was multiple targets, kind of like a magic missile. No, not magic missile. That's a single target. No, it is. I will only spend 2 hope then.
Okay.
But I'll have him split apart into 2, and I'll target the one attacking the Arcanist.
Okay.
And that's just 2d6s. Oh, double six. 12, I guess.
Okay, so that one also kind of disintegrates.
I got this, guys.
Player's still with you guys because no one failed an action roll.
I'm gonna grab the short sword at my sheath at my hip, and while bringing it out, just sort of try and cut across the skeleton in front of me.
Okay.
So it is just a normal +2. So 9 with hope.
That misses. Don't forget, you guys have enough hope to be sharing it around
okay.
to give advantage and all that sort of thing. But that one currently misses, and that was with hope. So take your hope and Zach.
Yeah, as I see, bring out the short sword and take a swipe, and the skeleton being a little funky and dodging, I will hop up onto the cart, run across, and then jump using shoulder to flip over, and as I'm up in the air, cast Rain of Blades. So I just fucking love the ability on the
Alright.
skeleton. So it's that. Oof. That's only a 5.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's going to miss. Was that with hope or fear?
With hope.
Okay. Take the hope. Just remember, you can only have 6 hope at a time.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are probably pushing the limit at the moment, but play still stays with you guys.
Turn to Earn be like.
This one laughs in your direction.
Fucking laugh. Alright, then. I will run. Oh, Jesus. I'll run underneath the cart, full tit, slide between the two horses to try and appear out here.
Nice.
And then I'll throw a bolt at him. Or a beacon bolt.
I will help him. It's 2. Is it 2 hope to help him, or is that the tag team?
So tag team is 3 hope. Just to help is just 1 hope.
Okay.
So if you can explain how you're helping, then yeah, you can add a d6 to his roll.
Yeah, as he fires out the bolt, I'm going to try to, because I would have landed over her. I will go to try to sweep the feet out of the skeleton to put him off balance so he can hit with the bolt.
All right. So make your roll as you normally would, Draco. Because you're helping Nex, you roll the d6 and just let him know what the number is to add to the roll.
You have to use Albert for that. It's a 4.
Okay, so that's 16 with hope.
Okay. So the 16 hits. Take your hope.
Which I'll spend immediately.
Okay.
So it's a D8 plus 2. Hang on, because it says here deal a D8 plus 2 magic damage using your proficiency. What does that mean?
It means that if you have, as you gain proficiency, you gain damage dice. So it basically just means that that ability will be affected by proficiency if you level up.
So at the moment at level 1, your proficiency is 1.
Yeah, that's why it's a
Um,
single D8,
yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyway, D8 plus 2 to be 5.
Okay. It takes the first damage, but it's still standing. You rolled
Yeah.
with hope. But I am, since you guys are rolling really well, going to spend a fear to take control of the situation as the ground continues to churn as more fallen creatures from this place's past join the scene.
We are so fucked.
Son
That's
of a
my
bitch.
turn.
I'm going to take a shot to try and finish this skeleton right in front of us. So I just toss the short sword down slightly so that it sinks into the ground, so it's still ready, and then just pull an arrow, knock, and fire.
All right.
Twenty with fear.
Okay. Definitely
Can't
hits.
do anything about that. Yeah, I'm then going to spend my 3 hope to also include the last one from the first match down the bottom, and the one over here. In the attack.
Okay.
So it's a 20 to hit them. I'm then going to mark a stress to temporarily increase my proficiency.
Okay. I can see the mathing at the moment.
Yeah. So damage will be eight damage.
To all of them?
Yeah, to all 3.
Okay. The one in front of you crumbles, as it should have before. As do the other targets.
Yep. I'm then going to shrug out my wings and start flying slightly.
Okay.
4 or 5 feet above the ground, but just hovering in the air.
Okay. Cool. The magic around the space continues to channel. The Arcanist is definitely deep within it right now. As it comes to me, I am going to spend a fear to have more creatures join the space and have this one rush forward and take a swing at you there, Zach. Takes a big swing at you for a 3 to hit. All right, that's my turn. Over to you guys.
I think yet again, like, because it just missed Zach's actually going to be like, fuck you, and then just, like, shove the dagger forwards into its face.
All right.
Oh, that's no good. That's 12 of fear.
The 12 does hit. I will take the fear.
That is 11 damage.
Okay. Cleaning up. As the ritual continues to count down. For my turn, I think these guys are going to rush forward. No, actually, I can only do one at a time. So that one rushes forward against you, Pip, and takes a massive swing and a miss for a natural 1.
Yes.
And that's my turn. Over to you guys.
I'll just hit the one in front of me with my great staff.
All right.
As it misses, I'll duck and just come up, like holding it, just try to jab it into the bottom of his jaw.
Nice.
I roll. Gee, there's a 16 with fear.
Okay, it hits.
Actually,
I
wait,
will-
18 with fear.
Cool.
So that still hits, yeah?
It does hit, yep.
Cool. That is 6 magical damage. So I'm not sure that I add anything to that because it just says 1d6.
Yeah, it's just that. Okay. So that one takes a little bit of damage. It's still up. And in retaliation, it's going 1-on-1 with you there, Pip, for a natural 28
Oh, no, no, no,
points
no,
of
no, no.
damage.
Not this time.
Okay, nice.
I
And
am
what
going to
is not this
spend
time?
3 hope to force an adversary within fire range to re-roll an attack.
Nice. Okay, does an 8 hit you?
No, thank fuck.
Okay, frustrated at whatever the fuck just happened. It looks at you frustrated as turn play returns to you guys.
I would like to flavour that as my little elemental just came out and blinded him momentarily.
Nice.
I'm terrified. You guys want to do anything?
I was gonna fly over to the side of the cart and take a shot at the skeleton down here.
Okay.
I can't help.
21 with hope, finally.
Easy.
And we're gonna do 8 damage to it.
Okay. That cleans it out completely. 1 shot, 1 kill. The counter continues to count down. That was with hope, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I need some way to kind of better track what the roll was. So play continues with you guys.
Seeing Urtanical and seeing Pep confuse the guy, the Skelly right beside themselves. So it's just gonna sigh and go, gotta save the little one again. And runs. And I wish you were taller so I could slide under your legs. But with the
I
same
can
height.
jump.
Jump! Yeah. I'm gonna assume that this doesn't work out, but at the same time, just before you land on top of me, I'm gonna use my rain of blades to just like shove magical daggers into its face.
Nice.
Do that. Motherfucker, 15 with fear.
Okay, the 15 hits, and I will take the fear.
Hey. 6 damage.
Okay. That one that takes out that particular creature. The counter comes down to 1. You survey the space as the Arcanist starts to shimmer in different colors. Red, green, blue. As she screams out, "We're almost there! We're almost there!" But off in front of you, Zach and Pip, you see kind of the ground start to split as what you can best describe as a mixture of a ghost and a tree root emerges as it looks hungrily towards the cart. And I'm going to spend a fear to activate it.
Pretty God, let's come back to haunt you next.
And yep, Nyx is definitely the closest as it approaches you, Nyx. Floating through the air, you see its arm, its hand outstretches, and it kind of cups the side of your hand, side of your head, as it tries to channel some magic your way. Does a 12 hit you?
Doesn't.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say, as it puts its hand down, I'm just going to grab it, rub it back, and then move my head while keeping its hand still.
Okay. You would have felt the chill of the air suddenly approaching as the hand was coming your way, and that is its turn.
Hell yeah. I got a lot of hope. Hey, do you want to do a tag team move? Because fuck it, why not?
If you can figure out how the hell we tag team, sure.
Well, so my thing is, I'm going to attack it while you also fire at it. And that's a tag team. But, like, me trying to hit it to lift it up. So it gives you a clear, well, it's a wraith. Yeah, hit it to hold it there while your arrow hits it.
Well, sure.
Is that good, team?
Yeah, you're essentially choosing two attacks and combining them in a narrative way. So if
Yeah.
Nyx wants to
I
spend
hope
3
you
hit-
have the hope for this. Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
I
I've got
don't.
plenty of hope.
With
Okay,
the tag team, can it involve more than 2 people?
just 2.
Yeah, okay.
Imagine a party, like, literally just having the enemy then just everyone jump in as a tag team move. Just fucking
That's
pile.
That's
Yeah.
why I was asking.
Okay, so in this case, I would say Pip would have to spend. It's either it's either the full 3 to join the tag team or an extra 2, so it'd be a 5. We can make this roll up as a table. You can go 3 to set up a 2-person tag team, or 5 for this particular time, to make it a 3-person move.
Fortunately, I don't have 5, but that would have been awesome.
I've got
Fucking-
none, so it's not going to work anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, if Pip wanted to spend 2 to join the action, then that would have been an option as well.
No, sweet as. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna stab it for a ball. If it wants to take a shot.
Okay. So you both make attack rolls, and you choose which result you want to use.
Okay, so just to be fair, I got a 5, but a 1 on my hope die, but my halfling means I get to re-roll a hope. If it's a 1.
Yep.
So I'll roll that again. Doesn't get any better, but at least it
15 with hope.
does that. Wait. So I could re-roll the hope,
The
right?
hope. What was the fear number?
The fear was 2. I just rolled a 2 on the hope. That wouldn't consider it a
That's
crit.
crit.
Yeah, but it's not the same roll. It's a re-roll of a dice. How would you rule that?
But it would still be the same because you could, like, if you were re-rolling both die, that would be a full re-roll. Because you're only re-rolling the hope, would it not count? Like that fear you originally rolled is still the offset of that 2 dice roll.
Yep. I would roll
So
the same way.
we're
It's
taking
like
your crit.
Yeah. Because you're a halfling, you're pretending like the one didn't even happen.
I don't know what you're on about. The 1 never happened. It's a crit. That just do a fuck crit.
Okay. So
That's add a hope, remove a stress.
yes, for both of you.
I don't have any stress. I'm not a stressful guy.
I
I
do.
mean, there's kind of no point in rolling his attack because a crit's a crit. You can't crit harder. Okay, so this is going to get a little bit messy.
My damage is going to get ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's what we'll take you second. Next, remember the crit rolls for Daggerheart are perfect crits.
Mm-hmm.
So just roll as you normally would, and we'll just add the max damage, max dice.
So 14 total damage.
Is that with the
That's with because it's
okay
a
14
6
total
on
crit
roll.
damage?
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then whatever bullshit that area is going to do.
Cool. I'm going to mark that stress that I just lost to up my proficiency to 2. So my base roll is going to be 2d8 plus 3, which is 19 plus 16, so 20. 30? No, yeah, 33.
Okay, 33 from you, 14 from Zach?
Yep.
Okay, I need to know, is it physical or magical for both of you?
Physical for mine.
Mine will be physical as well, because it's just a dagger. Yeah, physical.
Okay.
This is the one where we get
47.
very glad that we critted.
Yeah, 47. Your as devastating a blow as it was, it doesn't land as hard as you would expect. So 47 divided by 2,
3.5.
23 and a half. Okay, so that is still a devastating blow.
Which means he takes us. Is just my damage enough to get severe? Or does it require both of us?
Yes. Yep. So for the purposes of that move, I would say that because it's a tag team move, so whatever next contributed counts towards whatever features you would have.
He takes a stress.
Yep.
Feel enough stress to do anything to him, but
Okay.
Got
So
it.
that was a big move. It's still with you because I think you rolled a crit, so it's still running with hope. It is looking hungrily towards the crate. Pip, what's going on?
Can I just backflip up onto one of these horses
Sure.
and get out the way? I don't know if you need me to roll anything for that.
Nope.
Cool. And then I'm going to throw my elemental at him into a beacon.
Okay.
I always forget what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just rolling to hit, aren't I?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, spellcast roll. 9. That's a 3. That's actually a 5 with hope.
Okay, so the 5's going to miss.
Obvious.
But take the hope.
Yeah, it actually gained hope.
And I think I've been rolling it slightly different, incorrectly. The play should be coming back to me if you fail, not just when you roll with fear.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to take that. Looking at Nix, as he kind of points his hand in your direction. Does a 12 hit you?
Oh, misses.
Okay, that is my turn.
Just quickly, there's no real limit to how many abilities you can activate in a turn, so long as they're not like the same, require the same activation, right? Or like they're not like you can't do 2 attack ones that occur on the same.
No, you've essentially got one action. For the most part, with weapons, you can hold 2 weapons. You can choose which one you attack with. I think some weapon has a property. I think Nix has it where he's got a dagger in his offhand, and the dagger just adds a +2 to his main hand attack damage roll. Does that answer your question?
I think so. And I think what I'm about to do is legit. I'm going to mark a stress.
Okay.
so that I can move as far as I like,
Oh, yeah.
essentially without making an ability roll.
Mhm.
Which is going to put me like right behind this dude, while still floating in the air slightly.
Okay.
Then immediately take an attack, so I gain a +1 bonus to the attack roll. But the attack is going to be by spending a hope to do my ranger focus, which is spend a hope and make an attack.
Okay. I think the main thing is you can make one action roll. It sounds like
Yep.
everything that you've done is to spend things that aren't an action roll to get into position to boost or change, so that.
Yep.
Let's see how overpowered it is and decide not to do it next time.
All right. So technically, this is I had a +3 at the moment. So it's a 17 with fear, unfortunately.
Okay.
So that hit.
It does hit.
Awesome. So that's fair enough focused. You know what, okay. We'll burn another. Is there a limit to how many stresses you can burn in a turn, or?
I think only if, like, you can't activate the same feature twice, but if the feature says you can spend multiple stress to do stuff, but if it says you can spend a stress, you can't do that more than once.
Yeah, no, I won't actually do it. I will just hit you normally.
Okay.
4 damage.
Uh,
Physical.
okay. Doesn't do as much damage, but it does do damage. It turns around and looks at you.
And you mark a stress.
And
you're
I mark a
focused,
stress.
And I did damage.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. I missed you with a 5.
Yes, they did.
Yep. And there's nothing else I can do.
Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna be like, and da and attack with Rain of Blades again.
Okay.
Fucking love it. Honestly, I need to spell my wizard. 13 with hope.
13 meets a beats. So the difficulty that you need to roll for this one is 13. Take your hope.
Damage! 8 damage.
Okay.
Cool.
So while play would normally go to you, I am going to spend a fear to grab the spotlight, and then I'm going to spend another fear to have the ground churning again as the ground starts to reclaim a couple of the bodies that are on the ground, and instead of dragging them downwards, it feels like it's revitalizing them as 2 skeletons kind of shamble back to their feet. And that's my turn.
Who's you?
Would I have heard that?
Yes, and in amongst kind of the screaming from the Arcanists and kind of the wind blowing, you would have definitely felt the ground shaking.
And heard the
And
rearranging of bones?
Essentially, you would have felt the rumbling of the ground throughout the encounter before, and you didn't see anything appear before you, so you knew something was happening behind you.
Alright. You guys take care of that. I'm gonna run. Jump up on the back of this horse. Run across the cart. Oh, I don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna leap off the cart and just smack down. Oh no, my ears! Smack down with my great staff on top of that
Nice.
skeleton. That's a knowledge roll. That is a crit.
It is a crit.
Yay!
Ooh, nice.
So what? Sorry, what happens on a crit?
It's essentially perfect crits like we do in our campaign. So just roll your damage normally.
You gain a hope, lose a stress.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's that too.
Okay, so I gain a hope from that,
And if you have any stress to
I don't have any
reclaim, you
That's
can.
fine.
Okay.
and I
Yeah,
just
I'm the
rolled,
only one stressing here, dear.
I rolled damage and add the max, so that'll be 11.
Okay. So I think the only person looking your way might be So what does see as little mousefolk Pip backflips onto the cart, jumps up and swings down with a great staff that's probably far too big for you to wield, but you do
The great staff
anyway.
is like twice the size of Pip. But basically, you just see like he's just moving so fast, all of his fur is slicked back, his ears pressed back against his head as the staff just comes up and he just cracks the skeleton right on the head with this. I don't know. I want to say his face is just completely expressionless because he's just so terrified of the situation.
Nice. And
As
as
the
quickly...
skeleton comes apart, you just hear a man pants.
Because as quickly as the ground injected life force into the skeleton, Pip quickly took it away as it returns to the ground, and because that was a crit, play still stays with you guys.
I got a perfect.
You're weird.
We did it, guys.
So, Luffy. There we go. That's what I want to do to one of them. After I hear behind me, Pip, and the look on Ura's face, just saying it all, Zach's gonna be like, he's growing up, and then fucking just slash out with my dagger.
Okay.
Boop. That's interesting. There's a crit. Yeah,
Alright.
crit. So that will be 15 damage. Physical.
Okay. So describe the attack as you essentially take out the wraith in front of you.
Okay, yeah, so as I go to stab, I'm gonna use the fact that the small dagger gives me extra damage. As I stab, I do the whole into this different size of neck cross and then just decapitate.
Nice.
With
And that's
dagger.
exactly what happens, and as the
It's back
essence
slightly so you don't hit him.
100%. As the essence fades from the wraith, Pip, you see happening beside you, the Arcanist kind of explode in a pillar of energy that kind of goes straight into the sky as she starts to shimmer. The color changes are happening even more frequently now, and then poof, silence. The open veil returns to its very calm demeanor. There's bodies littered to the floor as this skeleton is reclaimed by the space. The Arcanist kind of collapses as the cart kind of drops to the ground. A feet is the large stone head of a lion glows slightly. It seems as if the ritual has completed. It takes a little while as you collect yourselves and you wait for something to happen. The Arcanist kind of recovers after a couple of minutes and looks up, panting. You can definitely tell, Pip, that they've aged as much as a fairy can, several decades in the time that you took to protect her. Good work, everyone. It's gonna take a while for the magic to settle, but I think you've done it. Is everyone okay?
It's okay as will be.
I have to quickly be right back.
That's all good. We're pretty much wrapping up now anyway, Nix. The Arcanist pretty much says, well, you fought hard. And I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps really good company. I'm glad you were there. The keystone will need a week, maybe more, to allow the magic to settle, but I'll need to watch over it carefully to make sure that nothing cracks or nothing comes for it. In the meantime, please, let's get back to the village and we'll draw some draw baths and make sure that you guys get the hospitality that you deserve. And you follow the Arcanist. Feel free to have any conversation that needs to happen as she kind of sits just quietly trying to recover on the journey back to the village.
Make Zach drive.
Offers Pip up his bum. So you're back on the carriage. Well done. So I saw that move.
Thanks. And I'll pull out my little lightning pet, rub it in between my hands, and just go, sit still a second. And with small bits of lightning coursing through my hands, I'll just basically touch your body and over a few minutes heal you. I'll spin through hope to heal a single hit point for you.
Oh, well. Thank you.
It's the least I could do. You guys keep me alive all this time.
Yeah, well, as we just saw, we needed you with us. So,
And I didn't even pull out my strongest move.
why not?
And I'll just go, here, let me show you. And I'll find the little lightning pet wherever it is. Because I assume we're not going to have another combat this session, right?
Correct. We're pretty much
Probably
done.
doesn't matter. And I'll find the little lightning pet wherever it is and like pull it out from behind my ear and go, watch. And I'll just eat it. And then I'll just do a lightning breath off the side of the cart.
Hell yeah.
Actually, now I'm glad you didn't do that. We would
We were
Still.
beside it.
Yeah.
pretty awesome to see.
I'm full of
Yes.
tricks.
Thanks.
And it's a pretty short trip back to the village, and you can choose to stay a couple of days. You know that as much of a rush you are to get back, the Arcanist said, I need a week. And the very next morning, she comes to you and says, you guys did really well last night. But since you're going to be here a week anyway, maybe you can check out, maybe you can take care of something for me. There's a spire just to the west of here, maybe a few hours walk. I felt it on the way to the ritual last night. The power was strange. The light felt weaker than it should be. I think something must be terribly wrong with the Spire Keeper, and I fear that something would happen if its fire is extinguished altogether. When you're ready, come back and I'll give you the map so that you can make it there safely. It's good to have heroes in the Sablewood again. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Good.
Well done. That was
Hero
great.
doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah, that's great. Love it.
It's quite fun.
I enjoy Daggerheart. I enjoy
Yeah.
playing Pip as well.
I'm assuming
Nice.
we're counting as having a long rest.
Yeah, you will have had a long rest, and just kind of, yeah, thanks. I always get super nervous before DMing, and afterwards kind of feel kind of the relief. So again, I don't know how or why you do this for us week in, week out, Draco, and I think everybody can agree that we are super grateful. And I think I was telling you in DMs before, can't wait to meet our campaign 2 characters whenever you are ready. As I said, I can probably prep another one shot if you guys wanted to play next week. If you need the time, I'd probably level you up to 2, and yeah, and take it from there. I think the other one shot might take a little bit longer, but we kind of got through this within a couple of hours.
We'll see. I've got, realistically, I'm right ready to, my ear fell off again. Realistically, I've got everything right ready to go. I just haven't done the maps yet, like the continent map and the starting city map. Not that the starting city will have a full map, it'll just be areas. And I should be able to get those like pretty much done by the end of this week, like over the weekend. So there is a potential that we could start next week if you guys want to.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Obviously. I fucking love. I have the start of the campaign, like the introduction to everyone. It's gonna be fantastic. I love it. I still need to talk to a
Nice.
couple of the players though to sort out exactly where things are. Yeah, provided I can get the maps done, we can start on next week.
There you go, stream. Just keep an eye out on, I'm sure the Discord news guy and stuff will announce whether we're doing campaign 2 next week or another Daggerheart session.
As much as I love Daggerheart, I am so fucking excited for campaign 2.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Actually have a cohesive group that works together.
Not sus.
You're still sus.
Yes, sus.
Yeah,
Ah,
we just centered the whole campaign to around your new
Character,
character.
not sus. Player, sus.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking maybe different VTT campaign 2. We taking that off the table.
Yeah, I haven't had time to even look at a different VTT, and because all of my stuff is in above VTT, we'll probably
Yeah.
continue using that for now.
But hopefully you got a decent look at Owlbear. It's pretty lightweight and kind of easy to use.
Yeah. I will seriously consider moving everything into Albia. I just need to figure out exactly how it works from a DM perspective.
Easy.
Thank you, Kit. That was amazing.
Thank you.
a lot of fun.
Very, very fun.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I suppose it is a little early, but I should probably say good night to stream and
Yeah. Yes, we will say
You all
goodnight
next week.
because I'm going to go watch the last 2 episodes of Squid Game. Let's be real.
Nice.
Is it worth starting?
Have you seen season 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yes, watch
Season
it.
3 is amazing.
Just
Okay.
yeah.
Like, I watched the first episode and it was like 9:30, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll watch the second episode, and then I was like, oh man, that's really cool. It's like 10:30 now. I watched the third episode, it was 11:30, and I was like, just one more. And then it was like 12:30. I'm like, no, I can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore.
Okay, that's what I'm doing for the rest of tonight then.
Yeah, it's really good and definitely made me go, holy fuck, in a lot of places. It's well worth it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
we might as well end the stream then. And yeah, keep an eye on the Discord, keep an eye on Blue Sky, wherever we post stuff. And until next week, catchphrase, guys.
Have fun. Don't die.
Bye.
That's the one.
Take a look at
See you next week.